so here we are. It is Yummy Wednesday and we are in Marcia's kitchen again. Hello, Mr. Beer. This is a huge bottle of beer and there's just no way I'm gonna drink that all by myself. So we have decided we're gonna do some interesting things with beer today. This be the star of the show.
Cooking with Stout. And if you see, I have my lovely Guinness apron for the occasion. This beer that we'll be cooking with today is actually a coffee beer. So Grace said, you know what, this would be a great thing to cook all the things.
We're cooking all the things. I know all the things, but that's kind of a general.
What we're going to start with is we're going to make a play on tiramisu called Beeramisu. We found this recipe. We're going to use it as a general benchmark for what we're going to do. But of course we're not going to follow the instructions properly.
Of course not.
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that?
Absolutely not. So we're going to do some variations on the recipe. And we don't know what we're doing because we've never made this before, but we're going to give it a go. So here we go. I put my stand mixer in the freezer for a little bit. It calls for 3/4 cups whipped cream. We're going to pour our heavy cream into the stand mixer. It's going to be nicey. Yes, that's actually a thing. Nicey. So I whipped it on high at my stand mixer until it made some soft peaks.
Okay, so we're just covering that up and we're gonna stick that in the fridge, set it aside. We don't know any of the nuances of this recipe, so, but that's the fun, right? See, the thing when you're cooking with Marcia is that maybe she will use the recipe sometimes. She's kind of like me that way, because I'm the same way. I like to just sort of fly by it.
We're going to put in 2 eggs, and it says a pinch of salt. Pinch is about 1/8 of a teaspoon.
I find that salt gives,
especially if it's too sweet.
yeah, it gives it depth. Even if it's not too sweet, it just gives a little bit of depth and brings the sweetness out a little better.
What she said. Okay, it says to do it till the eggs double in volume. I'm not sure if it did, so I'm gonna put it on for a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know, is it supposed to be like foamy?
Maybe it's supposed to be more foamy,
I think so.
And considering I've never done this before. But you know what though? If they really wanted the eggs to be foamy, why wouldn't they tell you to combine the sugar with the eggs? That would make it foamy.
I think the eggs should be foamy.
Very foamy. I don't know. I call it the eye.
That's the Kazela.
This thing is annoying to me. Anyways. It's like a booger in your food. You don't want egg boogers.
Now this recipe only calls for mascarpone. We're gonna put cream cheese in too.
Now this recipe has called for 1 cup of powdered sugar, but I don't believe them. I'm putting about 3/4 of a cup because it seems like a lot. A cup of powdered sugar, that's too sweet because vanilla makes things taste good and eat nice.
It does.
So I'm not going to listen to them.
Okay.
And I'm going to add more vanilla.
Sometimes we listen to them and most of the time we don't.
The only time you don't listen to them is things that will make it really, you could really mess up with it, like salt. Don't fool around with salt, baking powder, and baking soda. The science stuff, don't mess with science, okay? But like the savory, sweety things, you can play with that a little bit. We're going to combine that and it's going to get nice.
Oh, it's already getting nice.
Now, I have a friend who makes the best tiramisu ever. But now that she's a vegetarian, she eats all things green. She's not making it for me anymore. So this is my first attempt at this recipe, and if it's nice, it's gonna be a thing.
I think it's gonna be a thing. I've tasted some of the other things that Marcia has made and yeah, they're all a thing. Seriously, they are all a thing.
That we made earlier, we're going to actually fold that into this base. So it's going to go from nicey to way more nicey.
Whippy and nicey. Take a little fingerful. Oh yeah.
It's good?
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Oh, I agree.
I'm thinking our first attempt at Beeramisu is
gonna be
so
insane.
far a success and going to be a rave.
Once again, we're following the recipe, kind of. It says that you're supposed to get the cookies, and we got a bunch of ladyfinger cookies. Now, Grace made earlier some really amazing cold brewed coffee. When I tasted it, I was basically like, whoa! So that was my expression. Like, it's strong, yo, it's strong. So we're gonna do beer and coffee. That's giving it the twist on the regular tiramisu. This is our delicious beer that was donated to us.
I got that for Christmas.
You've had this since Christmas?
I know.
What is going on in life?
I don't.
I would have drank this puppy long
I know,
time
no,
ago.
because I don't drink alcohol. My friend who brewed this beer is a home beer brewer. He made this for me at Christmas. So I've had it sitting around, and I just, because I don't drink beer, I don't drink a lot of alcohol. We tasted it the other day, that's on vlog, so this is what we're doing with it because neither one of us drinks that much. I think that this is an amazing use of beer though. I think it's going to be really, really tasty.
To the store to get lady fingers, and our fingers are more like thumbs. So
Lady thumbs.
So we're trying to make them a bit more delicate, so I'm just cutting them in half before I soak them. It looks like a baby's foot. It's not even a thumb, it's like
Baby foot.
a baby foot.
This is our very budget beer and coffee bowl, but you mix the beer and the coffee together and then you dip the cookies in it.
I
Okay?
think the recipe's wrong. Okay, so this is the stage we're at. We're following the recipe like what they said, right? But I think they're wrong. Tiramisu is typically a coffee cake. Now, do we want it to be a beer cake with a coffee essence or a coffee cake with a beer essence?
That is the question.
Because this is what they said to do. I don't approve this message.
Okay. Need some more coffee.
Remember how I told you we were loosely following the instructions? So we did what they said, and we didn't like it. So we're going off grid and we're doing our own thing. Going to go into the refrigerator to chill. If you're really greedy, chill it for an hour. That should be good enough. But typically with any kind of a cold-based cake, you want to wait 6 to 8 hours or overnight for best to soak it.
Here it is. This is our Beeramisu. Oh, seriously?
Uh-huh.
Man, that's so good.
Really good. Really good.
There's just like no other words. Beeramisu.
Beeramisu.
That's the thing. It is stupidly delicious. It's very, very good. Is this comparable? It's really, really good.
Really good.
Is this comparable to your friend's tiramisu?
Yes, it is comparable. However, she puts liquor in hers. More liquor. So
This is a little less liquor because
Less
it's just the
liquor.
beer.
the cream cheese with the mascarpone.
Oh,
is
that's
a
really,
real
really
thing.
good. Yeah.
And the cookie, just everything, it's good. It's really good. That's all I gotta say about it. It's just really good.
What was that you said again?
It's just really good.
It's really good. I can't even, it's just
It's just really good.
beyond, like, this should be in a restaurant somewhere.
It's better than ones I've had in restaurants.
Oh yeah,
Far better. Ones I've had in restaurants have so disappointed me. They were so pants.
they were pants,
Pants.
not tops.
Pants.
So I totally did not close off that video because quite honestly, I was feeling the alcohol a little bit. Like I said, I'm not used to drinking a lot of alcohol, so it does not take much to have an effect on me. It was a long day, and we made more than one thing. So instead of putting all of those recipes in one vlog, I'm going to make this a series. So now you get to see the tiramisu, beeramisu, stoutamisu, and you're gonna see the next recipe next Wednesday. You will only be disappointed if you miss it. I've already had a yummy Wednesday. I hope that you have a yummy Wednesday too. Tune in next Wednesday and see one of the other recipes that we made with the stout beer. It was amazing. Man, that's so good.